Welcome to another episode of Serious Though. I'm your host, Ron. You can watch me on YouTube. Also hit that subscribe button. Also, you can catch me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. Let's go. I finally got a chance to hear the sprinkle, sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle debate. I just want to say a few things about it. I want to say that when you first meet someone, you are meeting their representative, okay? That's who you're meeting in most cases. I don't care how much they pay the bill. I don't care what they look like. I don't care none of that stuff. What they have, the freshest cut, the freshest wig, the freshest shoes, that's their representative, okay? You're going to have to decide whether or not, after talking to them, if that's your goal, do you want to move forward with that person? My whole goal of this conversation is relationship building. And it's okay if you want to spend money on somebody, either way, because you got women out there that are very independent, that like doing stuff like that. And you got men that like doing stuff like that. So if that's something that they enjoy doing, by all means, do it. My point is, once you get past that newness, just like when you have a new car, or if you never had a new car, just like you have some new shoes or new clothes, after a while, those new clothes are old clothes. And in most cases, you don't feel the same about them after a certain period of time. And that can happen in a relationship. Somebody can be shelling out tons of money, buying you everything that you ask for, but people are still not happy because you have to find out why you want to be happy. And someone else can't make you happy. These are some of the things I thought of in a relationship that can make some changes in a relationship, right? Say the person becomes overweight or even skinnier, right? What do you do, right? Can you drizzle, sprinkle your way out of that one? You might be able to. I don't know. Say the person loses their job. What are you doing then? What are you going to do in a relationship? Are you going to support that person, encourage them, motivate them to move on and keep going? How does the other person add value to that for you, right? Also, big purchases. Do they understand that when you're buying a new car or you're buying a new house, of the things you have to do to prepare your credit for that? Those are things that you got to worry about and think about too. I mean, at the beginning, man, that dinner and all that stuff is all nice and dandy. But if you're going to do a relationship, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to stay in a relationship, you got to think about these things, whether or not the person can handle those things. Or do you have to both learn those things together? Do they have the ability to learn those things? Because some people don't. That may be up to the person that is not able to do drizzle or sprinkle. They may be good at planning events and making big purchases and reading books. This may not be what you want to hear, but this happens in relationships all the time too. So don't get it twisted. What about you having kids? You want to have some kids. Who's going to take care of the kids? Can you buy your way out of that? Can you afford to have a nanny or someone take care of the kids? Or do one of you have to stay behind and take care of the kids to make sure they're getting a great education to move forward and be great people on this planet? Support for a new business. You may be working and change your mind and be like, listen, I want to do something totally different. So you may want to look for someone that can accent that, right? They're not in a relationship. You're not going to listen all the time. I'll tell you that right now. You will get a relationship block. Sometimes you may have just be like, I didn't hear what you said. They can be standing right in front of you and you don't hear what they're saying. So think about that. You need someone that can actively listen to you. Maybe not all the time, because it's not going to happen all the time, but you need someone to understand you when you need that understanding. Think about it. Cooking, cleaning, it's got to get done some kind of way, right? Like, does the person just look hot, whether it's a male or female? But guess what? They can't cook and they don't clean up after themselves. What do you do? And if both of y'all do that, I don't know. You figure that part out. You may want a massage. Is the person intimate? Does the person want to get emotional? Sometimes you may not want to have, relations. You may just want a massage. Can a person have that ability to give you that soft emotion when they need to, but also have that sternness when you don't understand what they're saying to help you understand it, right? To be stern as well. Ability to negotiate. Somebody's got to be able to negotiate that house or buy that car. They got to have that ability to talk to others in most cases. they may not be able to negotiate. They may not be able to do those things for you. Or you may be the one to have to do that. So think about those traits. Learn from the mistakes, man. That is probably a big one, because we all are going to make some mistakes. Whether or not that person can learn from the mistake, and if they need a helping hand, they're not afraid to ask for it. Serious though. The true opinion. How does this look on me? What do you think about this? You want someone that's going to give you your true opinion, I'm telling you. Because if someone's just telling you what you want to hear, it's going to mess you up really bad over the long run. Unconditional love. You may have to get a dog for that. If someone is able to change, because over time, you have to realize that what got you to that point may need to be different. People change, and you may not be down for that. So you got to find out their goals. Like, what are they thinking about? What are they looking forward to doing? Because what they're looking forward to doing, you may not want no parts of it. Straight up. How do you communicate? One way I found to communicate with others is writing it down. Put the phone down. If you're having a conversation with someone and you want to get your point across, let them talk. Let them go. Let them talk. Write down points that you think are of value to the conversation, things that you don't agree with or you do agree with, because that's the only way that a relationship will move forward, is when you have that communication. Are you able to, this person that you're having a drizzle, sprinkle dinner with, or whatever you want to call it, or are you able to see them not being fresh? Because they ain't gonna wake up that way. I know Beyonce says, I woke up like this. I don't think all of us wake up like that, right? You got to be able to, if you're going to be in a relationship, and that's the whole key to my whole conversation, not the drizzle, sprinkle part of it, is if you're going to be in a relationship, those are just some of the things that I find that you have to be willing to think about in a relationship. You're in it because you want to be in it and you're enjoying it. That's the key to it. Enjoyment. Serious though. Thanks for watching.